virus spreads. The love bug bites more computers. Tonight, the latest fallout and the search for the saboteur. As the U.S. unemployment falls to a 30-year low, an American community rises from economic ruin. Is the FDA violating the law by investigating whistleblowers and protecting the rights of citizens of every size and shape?
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York.
Good evening. The destructive I Love You computer virus spread still further today. In 2 days now, it has infected hundreds of thousands of computers, costing owners billions of dollars. Adding to the threat from the so-called love bug is its talent for disguise, hiding its true nature. The Pentagon, the CIA, and the British Parliament have all been hit. Not even Mother's Day is safe from the cyber criminal behind this virus. CBS's Jim Axelrod is on the computer case. Jim?
Dan, no one knows exactly how many computers were actually infected by the I Love You virus. We've heard estimates up to 500,000. But this Cupid now has a quiver full of poison arrows, each with a different name. While deleting the virus on Capitol Hill, this staffer was saying what people worldwide are thinking.
It was a major pain in the butt not to have email.
With the virus still clogging email systems, most but not all heeded the warnings. 4 classified Defense Department computers were infected, including one at the super-secret National Security Agency, although the government claims no major damage.
First of all, we've been very fortunate that the government has fared well here.
This virus is now traveling under as many as 8 different names, including Joke and Mother's Day Gift, making this computer crippler harder to contain.
I just cleaned this server no longer than a half an hour ago. It's back.
John Huffstutler helps run the computers for the CBS New Media companies, computers that had up to 20,000 still images erased. Audio and visual files seem to be a favorite target for the virus.
This computer worm, it's actually both a virus and a worm, actually took probably about 5 minutes to analyze and produce a cure for. And the difficult part is not actually analyzing the virus, but actually distributing the cure to all of our customers.
Tonight, this virus is the most widespread ever, if not the most destructive. The latest demonstration of just how much power resides in each computer connected to the World Wide Web, and how vulnerable that makes us all.
Today, any kid with a PC has as much power as a CIA or nuclear power plant or major companies, and they can actually test their creations and know they'll spread, so the bar has really been lowered. And so the problem will probably only get worse.
What security experts have on their drawing boards right now is the next generation of antivirus software that would identify a virus, design and deploy a cure all within half an hour. At this point, it's still 1 to 2 years away. Dan?
Jim Axelrod. While computer network operators around the world patch up their systems and repair security breaches, a digital whodunit is unfolding in the Western Pacific. Who committed this crime, and where is the saboteur? CBS's Barry Peterson is with law enforcement on the hackers' track in Manila.
The Philippines may be the hackers' ground zero.
Here is the attachment here.
In Manila, the hunt is on for the hacker who created the love bug. Jeffrey C. runs an internet security company in Manila. He was among the first to discover and fix the virus.
The codes itself keeps on pointing to
somebody in the Philippines.
Yes, to somebody in the Philippines.
In the message, the code name Spider, and the message was signed off from Manila. It may not be the hacker's first cybercrime. He or she tried busting into servers before.
We know in fact, we know that we banned this particular person from our servers on April 1.
And damaging as the love bug is, the hacker planted a second virus in Philippine web pages. Its job, invade every computer it could, search out every password, email them to the hacker, who could use those passwords to break into compromised systems worldwide. Fortunately, it was spotted and stopped only minutes after it activated.
You know, the only good news we have out of all of this is it could have been a lot worse. If everybody in the world had to change their passwords, that could have made life a lot more difficult for everyone.
If the culprit is from here, the choice of country may be as clever as the virus the hacker launched. The Philippines has no specific law against cybercrimes. Authorities, frankly, aren't sure how they'll prosecute. If and when, of course, they ever catch the villain behind the virus. Barry Peterson, CBS News, Manila.
CBS News can help you protect your computer from the love bug and other viruses. As a public service, you'll find expert advice and links to detailed instructions on what to do on our website at cbs.com. On the CBS Market Watch, stock prices rallied today. The Dow closed up 165 points. The Nasdaq was up 96. The government reported today that the unemployment rate fell to a 30-year low of 3.9% as the robust economy created 340,000 new jobs. Unemployment among African Americans and Hispanics fell to the lowest levels on record. CBS's Anthony Mason has the story behind the low unemployment numbers.
I was wondering if I could ask you a couple of questions about the census.
An army of 73,000 census workers added to the payrolls last month helped send the unemployment rate below 4% for the first time in 30 years.
The economy continues to be hot. Now, the real question is it too hot?
5 rate hikes by the Fed have done little to cool it down.
This is a hinge product that we're manufacturing.
At Nan's Hardware in New York, where they make custom door handles and hinges, Carl Sorensen says his business is up more than a third over a year ago.
Have you seen any sign of a slowdown?
To be quite honest, I haven't. Things are as good as they've ever been.
Nan's has now grown to 20 employees.
We're paying more than we used to, but we're also asking a lot more of our employees.
So productivity increases are offsetting any wage hikes. The tight job market has sent Nan's looking for workers in unconventional places.
What we're essentially doing is hiring people who used to be in prison.
Like Malverse Willingham, released in November after serving a 2-year drug dealing sentence.
Is there a lot of work out there?
There's quite a few jobs open, a lot of things available.
That's just what has the Fed worried, that competition for workers will reignite inflation.
There's a real danger here that the Fed could overreact.
Says former Labor Secretary Robert Reich, be careful, Mr. Greenspan.
And a substantial hike in interest rates could slow everything down precipitously.
But after tapping the brakes unsuccessfully with quarter-point hikes, many believe Greenspan is about to pull hard on the handbrake, that he may hike half a point when the Fed meets again after next week. Yeah.
After next week. Thanks, Anthony. As low as the unemployment rate is nationally, and it's very low, it's even lower in Orange County, California, down to 2.3% there. CBS's Sandra Hughes reports that's a remarkable economic achievement for a part of America that, not so long ago, was in financial ruin.
When Susan Johnson moved to Orange County, she was unemployed and looking for opportunity, and it didn't take her long to find it. Now she owns her own gourmet meal business, which is booming along with the county's economy.
Look at my last 5 years. If somebody had said to me 6 or 7 years ago I'd be doing this, I wouldn't have believed them.
But believe it, her business caters to working folks, and Orange County has plenty of them. The Spectrum Mall is jamming. Retail sales at the center are up 22% over last year. They're planning a huge expansion.
What's happening in Orange County is the most phenomenal economic story that we could be talking about.
Phenomenal because just 6 years ago, Orange County's government went bankrupt after some shaky investments by the county treasurer. But a booming economy and new tax revenues have helped erase the debt. The lowest unemployment rate since World War II is benefiting everyone. Home construction is rampant and car sales have never been better.
Consumer confidence is really at a high. We can see that every day as these consumers come in, the willingness to spend the $25,000, $30,000 it takes to buy a car today.
It's safer to live here, too. As the economy grows and unemployment drops, so does crime. And here in Orange County, violent crimes and property crimes are at a decade-long low. The downside to all this prosperity, qualified workers are hard to find here, too. Whether it's waiting tables or building new thrills at Disneyland, workers are riding high. Sandra Hughes, CBS News, Orange County.
CBS national security correspondent David Martin has dug up new information tonight on the recent crash of that tilt-rotor Osprey aircraft that killed 19 U.S. Marines. Crash simulations now suggest the Boeing Bell Osprey went down when it got close to another Osprey and got caught in its air turbulence, called rotor wash. Investigators say they found no sign of mechanical or structural failure in the Osprey crash. Straight ahead on the CBS Evening News, some patients die from side effects of an FDA-approved cancer drug. What's going on here? And we'll tell you what happened to an FDA scientist who blew the whistle on another drug.
Around here, we like to eat things that taste good, like these light done right dressings from Kraft. Our favorite flavors with half the fat, and they taste better than anything light has a right to. Around here, the dressing is Kraft.
At Enterprise Rent-A-Car, when you call us, we don't just pick up the phone. We pick you up.
This is great.
Thank you. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Here comes that heartburn again. It happens time after time. You've changed your diet. You've tried to treat it, but the pain keeps coming back 2 or more days a week. That frequent, persistent heartburn may be due to acid reflux disease, potentially serious. It's Prilosec time. Time to see your doctor about America's most prescribed acid control medicine. Your results may vary, but for many people, 1 daily dose of Prilosec provides 24 hours of complete heartburn relief. Ask your doctor for more information about Prilosec and if it's right for you. The most common side effects are headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. 24 hours of complete heartburn relief is possible with the purple pill they call Prilosec.
Look, something new for your sensitive teeth.
No way. My dentist recommends maximum strength Sensodyne for maximum pain protection every day.
Your dentist likes it? I like it.
Maximum strength Sensodyne every day.
There is news tonight about another FDA-approved drug that has turned out to be dangerous, even deadly for some patients. In this case, a breast cancer drug. Elizabeth Caledon has the facts on the CBS Health Watch.
When Herceptin hit the market in 1998, it was hailed as a breakthrough drug for advanced breast cancer patients. In combination with chemotherapy, it has successfully prolonged thousands of lives, like Amy Applebaum's.
I am now cancer-free. So as far as I'm concerned, Herceptin is a miracle drug.
But drug benefits always come with risks, and today there is a new warning from the makers of Herceptin. In a letter sent to doctors, Genentech reports the drug has been linked to 62 serious adverse events, including 15 deaths, most caused by allergic shock and respiratory distress within 24 hours of taking the drug. Herceptin is given as a last resort to the sickest patients. 25,000 women have taken it so far. So the new numbers don't alarm cancer expert Dr. Larry Norton.
The incidence of severe side effects is 0.06% of all patients treated. So it's a very rare event.
Herceptin was fast-tracked by the FDA, meaning its approval process was sped up because the drug was the first in a class of new cancer fighters. An antibody, it works by blocking the growth of a gene called HER2. Too much HER2 causes breast cells to grow out of control, causing cancer. Severe reactions to the drug did not show up in clinical trials, but that is not uncommon.
As you gain more experience with any medication, you will see some side effects that you haven't seen before.
Genentech is now working with the FDA to change warning labels on Herceptin, urging that anyone with lung disease now be treated with extreme caution. Elizabeth Caledon, CBS News, New York.
There is also news tonight on a related medical story that one of our best story breakers, CBS's Cheryl Atkinson, has spent several months investigating. As you may recall from Atkinson's reports and independent investigations by the Los Angeles Times, the FDA pulled the diabetes drug Resolin from the market in March. That was after years of debate over that drug's safety. But that's not the end of the story for the scientist who blew the whistle on Resolin, as correspondent Atkinson reports tonight in her latest follow-up. Cheryl?
Dan, by its own admission, the FDA's Office of Internal Affairs is investigating Dr. Robert Misbin for providing documents to Congress. He was the chief FDA scientist overseeing the drug Resolin. The FDA began the internal investigation of Dr. Misbin after he wrote Congress complaining his superiors were ignoring mounting evidence that Resolin caused liver damage.
It would have a terrible chilling effect.
This week, Representative Tom Bliley wrote FDA Commissioner Jane Henney, saying that the FDA internal investigation may violate laws that protect whistleblowers and guarantee federal employees the right to freely furnish information to Congress.
If FDA did everything properly with regard to its review and approval of this drug, why then should it have any qualms about the information being put out there to the public and let people see?
And it's not the only such case. In March, Internal Affairs interrogated Dr. Leo Lutwak, whom they also accused of leaking data on Breslin.
And in my own agency, I'm treated worse than a criminal. I'm accused, I'm threatened, I'm taken away from my work.
And Internal Affairs investigated Dr. John Garigian after he was first to insist that Breslin was too dangerous to be sold. Doctors Garigian and Lutwak have since retired. The FDA says it won't tolerate retaliation and that its investigations are legitimate. Still, Congressman Bliley has asked FDA for written documents to support its position and also to prove that the agency is not violating whistleblower laws. Dan?
Cheryl Atkinson in Washington. We have an update for you tonight on the automobile airbag controversy we reported to you last night. The U.S. Transportation Department went ahead today with new standards for airbags, allowing them to be less powerful. This reduces the risk to children and small adults. Critics say the new airbags may offer less protection to other people, and they accuse the Clinton White House of caving in to the automobile industry on consumer safety.
It's a dynamic world. Markets go up, bad news comes out. You listen to these talk shows, people are concerned. There's overkill of information. When they have a small conversation with us, 30 seconds, a minute, we can get them back on focus. Say, time out right now. Let's think about what you want to do. It's your money. What are you going to do with it?
You know when it's time to focus on energy. You're already taking ginseng. But Centrum knows there's more to it. Like getting enough B2, B6, and biotin. Now getting all this is as easy as Centrum. New Centrum focused formulas. Focused on specific health needs.
Oh, I should have used Preparation H.
Cool it fast with Preparation H Cooling Gel. Cools on contact for fast relief. Preparation H Cooling Gel cools on contact.
Sure, every mother loves her daughter. But every mother also loves her son. And JCPenney has just the dresses for it. Light, bright, and all on sale. Warm wishes, Mom. The Mother's Day sale at JCPenney. The heart and soul of giving. Now with any $50 purchase, get this extra gift free. A spoonful of chicken soup for the mother's soul.
To better nurture the rose, we had to get inside the mind of the rose.
I'm hot. I'm hungry. I'm just gonna wilt. Oh, something's biting my leaf.
Introducing Bayer Advanced Garden 2-in-1 Rose and Flower Care. It works up through the roots, and it both feeds your roses and protects them from bugs in one easy step.
I will never go hungry again or get nibbled.
Bayer Advanced. Better thinking, better results.
An embarrassed State Department confirmed today 2 more of its laptop computers are missing, one assigned to a senior official, Morton Halperin. These 2 missing laptops came to light in an inventory ordered after another laptop with highly classified information disappeared in February. The inventory is still underway. The crew of a ship cruising off the Florida coast today spotted a raft drifting about 7 miles east of Miami. They alerted the Coast Guard, which sent a cutter racing to the scene. It got there just in time. There were 14 Cubans on the makeshift raft, 12 men, 2 women, all suffering from severe dehydration, 8 of them unconscious. One reportedly told a U.S. Coast Guardsman they had been at sea for 10 days without food for 8. They were taken to Miami area hospitals, where 4 are reported in critical condition tonight. There was a second day of air and rocket attacks across the Israel-Lebanon border. Israeli jets hit several Lebanese targets, including power stations and the main highway from Beirut to Damascus, Syria. Hezbollah guerrillas responded with another rocket barrage, causing damage in an Israeli border town, but no serious injuries. Israel decided against further retaliation, at least for now. And in Africa, fighting in Sierra Leone is getting more dangerous by the day for United Nations peacekeepers. More than 300 peacekeeping troops have been captured this week by heavily armed rebel forces who were supposed to be giving up their arms. Most of the captives are from other African nations and India. The rebels released 6 Russians today. Up next on CBS, The Real Skinny on the latest anti-discrimination proposals.
The CBS Evening News and tonight's Eye on America segment are sponsored by fast-acting Mylanta Supreme. Tastes great as it works.
Is it because I'm getting older? All those antacid tablets I was taking. I wanted to take a liquid for this heartburn, but I just couldn't get past the taste. It was so frustrating. But my doctor knew the answer. My doctor said Mylanta. The Mylanta Supreme I found so soothing and smooth, with none of the chalkiness and grit, but it's strong relief. Mylanta Supreme soothes away my heartburn. I love feeling this sensation. My doctor said Mylanta.
Fortunately for Millie, Dr. Espinoza was in the office early, while someone else was drafting the marketing plan to sell his home. At 11, he was making his rounds, instead of visiting his title company. At 1 p.m., he was giving Pam good news, instead of checking for disclosure documents. And by the time Dr. Espinoza wrote the day's last prescription, someone else was at his home meeting a prospective buyer. You've got a life. We let you live it. We're realtors. Real estate is our life.
Sure, every mother loves her daughter. But every mother also loves her son. And J.C. Penney has just the dresses for it. Light, bright, and all on sale. Warm wishes, Mom. The Mother's Day sale at J.C. Penney. The heart and soul of giving. Now with any $50 purchase, get this extra gift free. A spoonful of chicken soup for the mother's soul.
There's a new way to quit smoking. Take a good look. You may never see it again. Introducing Clear Nicoderm CQ. For relieving tough nicotine cravings 24 hours a day, Clear's every bit as effective as the original CQ. But it's a more private way to quit.
There's something different about you.
Yes, there is. Clear Nicoderm CQ. Want a clear shot at quitting? Well, here's your window of opportunity.
Tonight's Eye on America, depending on how you see it, is about expanding the limits of political correctness or tougher anti-bias laws. In this case, bias against the obese. CBS's John Blackstone has your report.
As millions of Americans sweat to keep slim, trim, and firm,
there's work that can be done.
One city is ready to declare it's okay to be fat.
I would love it if everyone used the F word, fat.
Marilyn Wan and others came to San Francisco City Hall to throw their considerable weight behind legislation that would ban discrimination against fat people.
270 pounds happens to be my healthy, natural weight.
In a sometimes crowded hearing room, witnesses told of restaurant chairs too small to sit in.
It didn't fit, and I didn't fit.
They told of failed job interviews.
You're too fat for this job.
You're so fat you might not be able to get another job.
They told of trouble finding a place to live.
I have been denied an apartment because the apartment manager had a no fat chicks policy.
The ban on fat discrimination is being pushed by City Supervisor Tom Amiano, who also happens to be a stand-up comedian.
I feel like I should go into like a 12-step program and say, I'm Tom Amiano and I told fat jokes.
A fat joke got this campaign started. Last year, a fitness club put up billboards warning that when aliens come from outer space, they'll eat the fat ones first. A sizable group of protesters fought back with their own humor.
And jogging!
Marilyn Wan, who works out regularly in a water aerobics class, says she's fit and fat.
Life is too short for self-hatred and celery sticks. It's just too short.
Laughter, she says, has helped propel this weighty crusade.
You know, at the Million Pound March a couple years ago, we chanted, "We're here, we're spheres, we're fat, that's that."
So, bowing to this heavy political pressure, San Francisco's leaders are expected on Monday to add weight to the same list as race, religion, gender, and sexual preference, protected against discrimination. Those who will gain from this change say it might help everybody who worries a little too much about their weight. If the rest of us learn to accept them, we might be more willing to accept ourselves. In San Francisco, John Blackstone for Eye on America.
Cold stuff kill you? Then try new Colgate Sensitive Maximum Strength. It's clinically proven to provide significantly more pain relief than Sensodyne, so you don't have to be afraid of anything. New Colgate Sensitive.
What if more people started their day with one a day's energy formula?
Me against you two, let's go! But you can't find me! Tag, you're it! Come get me! No, you're it! Come on!
Dad, I think we've got homework. Yeah, homework.
Energy, one of many tailored formulas to focus on your needs. There's also a multivitamin for women.
Homework? 5 more minutes!
Feeling your best is possible in a one-a-day world.
Who's asking about Viagra? Someone you might expect, and also someone that maybe you wouldn't. In fact, you may be surprised at who's talking to their doctors about Viagra. So ask your doctor if a free trial of Viagra is right for you. Who's asking about Viagra? Maybe it should be you.
Look! Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Ellie's renting again. And Enterprise picked her up again. She said Enterprise picks her up free. Free? Free. Now that makes renting easy.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Getting those urban cowboys on horses was trying enough. And you throw in some serious chili, we're talking major heartburn. And we were way out there, and this cowboy, he pulls this Zantac 75 out of his saddlebag. I said, "What are you, a Zantac salesman?" He said, "No, I'm a doctor."
The medicine in Zantac 75 is the #1 doctor-prescribed acid reducer. It relieves even your toughest heartburn, controlling acid for up to 12 hours.
Hats off to you, Doc.
Zantac 75 for tough heartburn. Doctors know.
Coming up at 6, a very serious accident on Ellington Parkway near Spring Street sent at least 4 people to the hospital and closed the parkway in both directions. The story at 6.
Who wants to be a millionaire? These people and many more like them buying tickets for tonight's so-called big game lottery, otherwise known as the suckers play. So many tickets have been sold, the 7-state jackpot has swelled to $230 million, second largest in U.S. history. Odds of winning, 1 in 76 million. And finally, there was an unusual custody battle in federal court today. A tug of strings over Howdy Doody. On one side, the family of the late puppeteer who brought Howdy to life on TV. On the other, a puppet museum that says it was supposed to inherit Howdy after the puppeteer died. Howdy was not in court today. He's in a safe deposit box and unable to speak for himself. That's part of our world tonight. Bob Schieffer will be along Sunday morning with Face the Nation. Now from 60 Minutes, Maury Safer.
Can it be that the U.S. Army colonel in charge of drug interdiction didn't know his own wife was a drug smuggler? Their story Sunday on 60 Minutes.
And we'll be back Monday with the CBS Evening News. Dan Rather reporting from New York. Have a great weekend. Good night.
For news 24 hours a day, CBS.com on the internet and on our interactive partner, America Online at keyword CBS News.
Share a car instead of owning your own on the Saturday Early Show. Experience CBS News.
Most of us are tired of high